So we're outside the Home Depot in Washington, D.C., in Northeast Washington, D.C., and we're with Kelly and Milo. And Kelly, can you please explain to us why you're here today and what you're doing?
Yeah, we're here to protest the fact that Home Depot carries pesticides containing neonicotinoids and that they carry plants that are sold as being bee-friendly but have already been sprayed with neonicotinoids. Neonicotinoids are...
They're a bee-killing pesticide. Neonicotinoids are a group of stuff specifically designed to kill bees, and yet the stuff in Home Depot is sold as bee-friendly. All of this is produced by Monsanto.
And a couple of other big chemical corporations, but Monsanto has a big hand in it.
What do you hope to achieve today? What are you trying to do?
What we're doing right now is a lot of outreach. We're just trying to educate consumers who are coming through and don't know anything about bee colony collapse or the crisis that we're in this country with the bee population depleting. And we've actually been really successful. People have been stopping and having conversations with us and talking to us about what we're doing. And several people have asked how they could help and get involved. And that's what we're trying to do, is just get more people aware and involved in solving this problem.
Are you surprised? I noticed there's about 10 police cars here, about 20 or 30 police. Why are there so many police?
There are about twice the number of police. They say they found us on Facebook, though it's pretty weird and pretty ironic, because when we do protests that were actually intended to storm places, there are only like 4 or 5 policemen there.
Yeah, we were really shocked by how many police officers are here when we pulled up. You know, it's only a handful of us really here today. And there's this absurd presence, and at the other side of the shopping center there are just as many cops again. So I think that it's because we're here in corporate America, and they know that that's where all the impact is made, you know, and if we come and make a ruckus where people are spending dollars, that's going to make a big impact, and they don't want that to happen.
But this whole operation is fairly peaceful. People are just standing here handing out literature, and it's raining, and it's a bee colony, like a theater of a swarm, but it's really not a swarm.
Right. I mean, it's silly. Maybe it's because the government isn't paying the cops, and they're just bored and want to stand around. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
But you've certainly gotten your message out to a lot of people. What else do you want to say about today's action?
Well, when we go to Giant, we're going to get to something similar, but also different. Monsanto, along with the other chemical producers, owns approximately 80% of a large amount of the world's food products, at least in this area. And they're sprayed with neonicotinoids too. Neonicotinoids are just flat out poison. Why do we want that in our food? Well, we don't. And that's another reason we're here today, to try to get it out.
And there's also something about GMOs. Can you tell me a little bit about GMOs?
That's right. GMOs are genetically modified organisms, though they don't have to be moving organisms like most people seem to think. They can also be plants and whatnot. Also, GMOs can refer to almost anything that's physically changed by force.
Right, so we're looking at plants that have been genetically engineered, and that is about 80% of the food that's been sold, or that's being sold in most major grocery stores across the United States, whether it's actual fresh produce or whether it's processed food that has ingredients that are made with GMO foods. So we're trying to call attention to that fact as well. And one of the things we're going to be doing over there is giving people information about which companies support labeling GMOs and which companies are opposed to that. And sometimes it's a surprise, you know. So we're just trying to educate consumers so that they can buy things that they know are good for them.
Well, thank you, Queen Bee Kelly, and your little king Milo, for breaking down the science to us about GMOs and neonicotinoids, I believe it's called.
Nicotinoids.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
And by the way, I think it would be a prince.
A prince.
A prince. Thanks for correcting me.
Thanks, Dad.